Bhirgurvai Varunihi Varunam Pitaramupasasara Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti Tasma Etat Provacha Annam Pranam Chakshushrotram Manovachamiti Tagum Hovacha Yatova Imani Bhutani Jayante Yena Jatani Jivanti Yat Prayantyapi Samvishanti Tat Vijijñāsasva Tat Brahmeti Satapotapyata Satapastaptva. In the Bhrigu section of the Taittiriya Upanishad, which comes after the bliss of Brahman or the Brahman and the Vali, is the story of Bhrigu, the son of Varuna. While teaching Bhrigu the Brahman phenomenon, Varuna says, "Son, know that Brahman is that which enables the eyes to see and the ears to hear. He can be known only through extreme yearning. In a cleansed mind and concentrated thought, no other means can help." He added, "Dear Bhrigu, know that everything in the universe originates from Brahman, exists in Brahman, unfolds through Brahman, and merges in Brahman alone. Discover it yourself through concentrated spiritual practice." This epic chant from the Taittiriya Upanishad, namely the Bhriguvali, is such an awesome account of a guru-shishya, teacher-student relationship. What makes this relationship quite unique as well is there is the teacher, namely Varuna, who happens to be the father as well to the student, namely Bhrigu. Varuna has this very delicate task to play, the role of a guru, and at the same time detach from the parental role as a father, to ensure his student son can receive the highest wisdom to realize the true purpose of this birth. How difficult it must be watching your child go through arduous, strenuous tests of sadhana to experience and realize the truth. But Varuna is very focused to help Bhrigu, teach Bhrigu, guide Bhrigu in such a way to help him become self-reliant so that he can uncover, discover, and recover his innate divine nature that is latent within, the true meaning of educare. Not only theoretical teachings, but the practice as well, to dive deep within and recognize the true purpose of this life. He doesn't sugarcoat, nor does he prematurely disrupt the complete road for Bhrigu to travel. If he did, it would be disrupting the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. But he provides him encouragement after every layer Bhrigu travels within, namely the Panchakoshas or the 5 sheaths. Varuna plays a game of hot and cold, and he says, "You are getting closer. There's no cigar, but keep going." And the amazing enthusiasm of Bhrigu is absolutely epic and legendary, to say the least. He does not at one point tell his father, "Dad, this is enough. I do not wish to continue. I've been through so much already just to discover this layer." He doesn't discuss his worries, his doubts, his fears. He just obeys his Guru's command and with enthusiasm keeps going. Like layers of an onion, he keeps peeling. Only he has no tears, only cheers. His enthusiasm keeps growing. His yearning for learning keeps glowing. And he keeps going and eventually discovers the lighthouse within. This also reminds me of the tennis stars, Venus and Serena Williams, who was coached, trained, taught the sport and the skill by their father Richard. But he could only teach them and guide them up to the entrance of the tennis court. Thereafter, he could not face or return the serves that would come their way from various opponents. He taught them the knowledge, and they had to apply it in different contexts, possibly on grass or clay, around the world, to help them become self-reliant and victorious. Guru and God stand before me. To whom do I bow down to first? I bow down to the Guru, for the Guru is the one that led me to God. It's 3:45 a.m. I walk into the house, a 16-year-old boy, intoxicated after attending a party. I'm young, I'm restless, and have been on a trajectory with company which has influenced my habits and increased my attachments to this world. I tried to retire for the day, or rather morning. However, 4 hours later, there is a knock at the door. It's an early Saturday morning, bright blue sky, the sun is shining easterly where the front door is located. And in my hungover state of consciousness, I somewhat crawl, so to speak, and open the door after hearing a few knocks. There is a very well-dappered, handsome, well-groomed, neat and radiant gentleman. Is it the brightness of the sun, or is it the aura of his soul? He is senior yet youthful, humble yet profoundly wise, quiet in demeanor, but with a thunderous ocean of knowledge. He is clean-shaven, wearing a neat white shirt and holding a rectangular box. I'm confused. I recognize him as an uncle I've met on several family occasions. Half-eyed open and trying to control my yawning, I say, "Namaste, welcome Mama Shri. Would you like to see Dad?" He giggles and replies, "No, I've come to see you." They say the master will appear when the student is ready. I certainly was caught off guard in every sense. Was I really ready? It reminds me of the Olympic sprint. On your mark, get set, go. And here I am, still tying my shoelace. But what transpired over the next few weeks, months, and years would ultimately enable my eyes to see and my ears to hear. Guruji will not only guide me on the raga, tala, and bhava of music, but help me apply the message of the ancient wisdom into modern life. His message was simple. Whatever you learn that can benefit another, share it now, not tomorrow, so that the seeds of music can sprout in every home. Where a musician lives, there can be no argument in the home, Kavir. Dress up, show up. The show must go on. Sri Jamnadas Narottam Chauhan learnt music from a blind teacher in India and had the incredible vision to share music with all. Each one can teach one. He would catch me, drag me to every single satsang that existed in the Western Cape province. You name it, and we were there. Almost every night of the week we were traveling. I did not have my driver's license, so I was kindly chauffeured by my Guruji. I had to let go of my weekend company, or perhaps they let go of me after realizing I was attending a different kind of spiritual party now. He would suddenly mention to the crowd, "My student, Kavir, will sing a bhajan or make a speech," as Baba says to his students when making a speech. Don't prepare, but be prepared. And Guruji had the same approach. And one thing I couldn't possibly ever do was say no to Guruji. Hence, I obliged, jumped into the deep end and tried to swim. I thereafter apologized to the listeners and even at times offered to pay for medical bills if my singing or talking caused any mental illness to them. Guruji has an army-like discipline to him. Wakes up every morning at 5 a.m., shaves, wears neat attire, including a tie, shirt and pants, and gets ready with his yoga practice, gardening, teaching students music, and handwriting Ayurvedic home remedies. I was a boat on a tempest storm with no direction and purpose. He came on board and not only changed and turned the sail, but also taught me how to do it myself. In the Taittiriya Upanishad it says, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. And in this case it's very true. My mother knew I needed to change my social hobbies and sought my father's guidance. He thereafter inquired with Chauhan Sir, who became my guru, to help me see every stranger in this world as a guest living in the home of God, and to serve as many as possible each day, for this life is a gift from Providence. I went to visit Guruji on Thursday the 8th of September 2022. It's Guruvar. I'm thinking, what can I bring to him? What can do justice for what he has given me? How do I repay this debt? This time, I am the one knocking on his door. I am not crawling. This time, I am walking, hopping, jumping. I am high on sai and in a hurry for Hari, all thanks to him. I bow down to his feet. He is youthful, radiant, glowing, well-groomed, shaven, and looking handsome. Gosh, he doesn't age. And his purpose and mission at 92 and a half years has not changed or flinched one bit. When he talks to me, he still has a full schedule of students. He is still repairing instruments. He is still going to temples to sing when possible. His hearing has taken a toll and his walking has gotten slower. Yet his yearning, enthusiasm, perseverance has only intensified more and more. He jokes with me and says that the old man upstairs has not yet sent an elevator for him. So he still needs to continue. The show must go on. There is learning in teaching and teaching in learning. All praise to our teachers during this time of Teachers' Day. To keep the flame of wisdom and knowledge burning bright in our hearts. Like Guruji says, if there's some form of knowledge you have learned that can benefit society, share it. Share it now. Life is short. The show must carry on. And the show can only carry on when each one can teach one. Let us start today. Let us share whatever we can today. You never know the impact it can have on a generation. Guru and God stand before me. To whom do I bow down to first? I bow down to the Guru, for the Guru is the one that led me to God.